Alright, welcome back everyone to a exciting TheKillerNacho Wi-Fi battle. And this is an underused battle with wilechase, or I guess TehWilechase as he's called now, due to his old account being suspended. He's an excellent YouTuber, another very popular YouTuber. We're playing underused because he's a lot better than me at standard. Anyway, so I lead with Yanmega, but he leads with Porygon 2. I don't want to take an Ice Beam or Discharge, so I go out into my special wall of sorts, my Galad, and he gets a Paralyzed with the first Discharge, which, you know, it has a 30% chance, but that is just really unfortunate for me, because, yeah, that's really going to hurt my Galad for what it wants to do. And I get Parahax the first turn, which I was just trying to go for a Bulk Up, which is a pretty good play, and now I'm like, well, crap. I'll decide now just to go for a Drain Punch, see how much it'll do to the Porygon 2, even though I know it's probably physically bulky. I know it's super effective and stabs, so it still ends up doing a nice little chunk to Porygon 2 and pretty much negate the damage I took last turn from his, attack. So I'm thinking maybe I can survive another, but I decide to switch out anyway because, Mismagius can take a normal move pretty nicely. And now I just go for a Calm Mind, basically because I was hoping, that after a single Calm Mind, I will be able to set up the sub despite the discharge. However, looking at my HP, that is slightly over a quarter, so I know I need to go for another Calm Mind, but he decides to just switch. I don't know if he thought that, it was less than a quarter, or maybe he just, thought I would go for a Calm Mind again, but it's not good for me because he ends up going into Machamp. And normally some Machamps don't have anything to do with Mismagius, but since he sent it in, I kind of figure he had the payback. I decided to have the sub anyway just to see what he wants to do, and he does have the payback, so that makes some sense. So instead of switching, I decided just to stay in and go for a Shadow Ball just to cripple this thing. I probably should have just switched, but unfortunately my sexy lady is going to take the bullet here, and a +2 Shadow Ball. Actually, he takes it quite nicely. I was thinking, it would do a lot more than that, probably hit him down to red, or maybe even kill, but no, this thing is probably a little bulky, so it takes the Shadow Ball and now kills me. So I go out to my Doom Bug, basically because I know that I'm going to outspeed, and Air Slash should do a lot, considering the super effective and the special attack drop. Now, he pretty much has to sacrifice something here, because nothing, I think, that he has on his team can really, take 2 hits from Yanmega at this point. He ends up going to Chandelure. He actually said that for some reason he thought that it resisted flying, but no, it doesn't, because that's, stupid. I guess he was thinking of Rotom, that's what he said, so, yeah, well, Wilechase isn't sometimes the best player ever, but yeah. Anyway, I take down the Chandelure, which is pretty cool. I go for an Air Slash against the Porygon 2, just because I have nothing really better to do. I was hoping for the flinch, and I get it, so I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, now I can take down this Porygon 2 if I wanted to. I go for the Bug Buzz because of the 100% accuracy, and that is a dead Porygon 2. And, yeah, I lose a little bit more of health. This is a pretty cool Yanmega set. It has Life Orb, not Lefties, making it quite a bit more powerful. My other attack is Hidden Power, but I can't really remember at the moment which Hidden Power it is. Probably, it's Ground or Fire. I don't know. Anyway, so, here comes Melodic. It goes for the Scald. And, yeah, I just stay in to cripple it. I probably should have just kept going for Air Slash instead of, I probably should have went for Air Slash here. I mean, I was hoping for the special defense drop the first turn, but I know this thing had Recover, and I'm going to kill myself with my Life Orb. So I probably should have just went Air Slash and hope for the flinch, but whatever. Oh well. And he goes for the Recover as I expected, and, I feel stupid. But, yeah, it still did pretty nice that Yanmega killed 2 of his Pokemon, and, yeah. I hurt Melodic a tiny bit. So let's go back into Glenn, because, yeah, like I said, Glenn is pretty good special defense. This is supposed to be a special tank of sorts, and I just go for a Drain Punch, and it doesn't really do too much, but it does, about the same as I do to it, so that means he really can't stay in. He can't even burn me with Scald, so, aha! Normally I'd be going for Bulk Ups right about now, but I can't really do that, can I? So he goes out into Gligar, and I'm like, whatever, I have Ice Punch. My Drain Punch, of course, does nothing, because it has Eviolite, and it has pretty good defense and stuff, so I just go for an Ice Punch now. He goes for an Earthquake because it's a good move, and, I survive because, my Glade's still pretty bulky, despite, being EV'd in special defense more. And he takes the Ice Punch like a champ. The X4 X Punch does not even half. So I just go for the Shadow Snake now. No, I'm going to die, but might as well get some extra damage, even though it's like a tiny little bit that's really no damage at all, but, you know, it's still damage. Alright, so now I go out into my stupid, and he goes for the Toxic, and that makes me feel even stupider. But not really, because I really had to do something to get rid of this thing. I just go for an Ice Beam, it's X4 effective, obviously that's a dead Gallade. So, anyway, I'm Toxic Poisoned, and that kind of blows. He goes out into another Rich, which I think his entire team is named Rich. I don't know really why, I don't get the joke, but there you go. He goes for a Recover, so now he's full health, but I'm going to actually set up the Toxic of my own. And, you know, at the time it seemed like a really good idea, but I don't really know if it was a good idea or not. I mean, on one hand, you know, Milotic is a wall, so it's going to take, you know, it's going to not like Toxic, because that means it can't stay in very long. However, he does have Marvel Scale, which boosts his defense, while Poison, so there's that. He goes for the Scald as I go out into my Registeel, and he gets a crit and a burn, which I'm like, really, Wilechase? That is so lame. But, yeah, whatever. It doesn't really hurt my Registeel too much. In fact, the residual damage hurts him more. I mean, I do have Iron Head, but my other attack is Seismic Toss, which isn't affected by it, so I don't know. Anyway, so now he switches down to Machamp, which is pretty, you know, standard move. I just go for the Stealth Rocks, and it's kind of late in the game, but might as well set them up just because one of my last Pokemon is my Choice Scarf Crocodile, and the more damage I can get on it, the better. Anyway, so he goes for the Dynamic Punch, and obviously that's going to kill me. Probably despite the fact, you know, it would have killed me probably without the burn or the crit on that Scald, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. Anyway, so now I go into Snap Slot because I have calculated this is a perfect play. This is a Adamant Choice Scarf Crocodile, and I'm pretty sure I can kill at this point, and I do, and get up on Moxie. Now, I did the calcs. He can't go into Durant because after the Stealth Rocks, I have a 100% chance to kill that standard Durant, and this Milotic will be 2-hit KO'd. However, I know I can live a Scald unless he burns. So, he goes for the Scald, and I do take it. However, it burns! I'm like, no! And that's the game, pretty much. If he wouldn't have gotten that burn, I would have gotten another Moxie boost, outsped the Durant and Earthquake for game. However, because of the burn, I'm not even able to take down the Milotic, and that will kill me. The burn will kill me, and yeah, he can Toxic Stall my Blastoise for the win. And that's just unfortunate. Although, that is, I mean, in hindsight, maybe Toxic Poisoning it wasn't the best idea, because it might not have been able to live despite, you know, without the Toxic Poison. I'm not really sure. But still, I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. But, you know, it was still a good game. It was a game I kind of felt that I probably should have won, but sometimes the game is stupid like that. I mean, I played Crocodile, Choice Scarf Crocodile, all about the timing. And I felt like, you know, my timing was perfect. I had like a 70% chance to win, and unfortunately for me this time, the 30% chance got it. So, yeah, it was a good, yeah, the game is still actually going on for another few minutes because he's just waiting to Toxic Stall me. Eventually he's going to switch out into his Durant, just to avoid the toxic damage on Milotic, since, you know, Milotic's taking some pretty heavy toxic damage. And that'll be pretty much the game, because, yeah, my Blastoise is not able to switch out, so, yeah. Anyway, so I guess, yeah, good game, Wilechase. That's all I gotta say, really. So I guess, we'll say today's, question of the day. Let's see, what should I make it? Alright, what is your favorite equip item in the game? I mean, we showcased quite a few cool equip items in this game. Choice Scarf, and, we also showcased, well, he was using Eva Lightstone on his Gligar, take my attack pretty nicely. Of course, there's always Leftovers, and Life Orb. I would say that my favorite equip item is probably Choice Scarf. I mean, I really do like the offense it gives you. Of course, Leftovers is probably going to be the most used item, but I just always like to have a Choice Scarf. I mean, really, Choice Band comes close to me, but yeah, leave a comment about your favorite Pokemon's equip item, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.